Go. Come on, baby.
Is that like a map?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think it is.
Imagine if someone like, where's the lights? I don't know where the light is.
I don't know. I don't know if they're
Mommy,
live.
you literally just said no
Okay,
access.
sorry.
Yeah.
Just
What?
wait, we're gonna figure that out. See, I don't understand.
What?
Why? We see why it's doing those things? I think it's gonna. Hello, everybody. Jordan Gawka, are you here? Renegade Station is in the house. Can you come over a little bit so you can be in both
Renegade
those?
Station.
Okay, it was the music video I was in, Along for the Ride, and they played the music. Do you remember the music video?
No.
You do so. You watched 187.
Kenzie!
Kenzie! Hi, Kenzie! And Lindsay, and she needs this live tonight. Hello. We're going to talk about parenting and anxiety.
Oh, yeah.
Hi. Oh, look at the token male teacher. Hello, Kenzie Dubois. We get to see her tomorrow. Good evening from... Okay, That's Grant. Okay, so what I don't understand... Hi, Karen from Brooks. Why? See how this thing doesn't go like this?
Did you just say yo?
No, I don't know.
Well, you said why?
Yeah, but I don't understand why this thing won't go down.
What?
Do you see what I'm doing? Oh, dog's going on. Okay, listen, come on from Ontario. Hi, Gina. Okay. We can't see those comments, but that's fine. Okay. Hi. Hey. Oh, are you coming on live? Oh, sweet Jesus. Come on over, Mom. Say hi to the fans. Happy birthday! Everybody has said we are going to crash the lives. Come on into the lives. All the friends are here.
We just needed to do this. So,
yeah. Oh, did you? Okay,
yeah,
super.
This is
okay.
What you do when you turn 70.
That's if she's 70. Here, look it. Come on in there. We got half the town here. Yep. Socially distancing. Yeah. Say hi.
Hello.
Oh, look, the fans are going wild. Oh my God. Thank you so
Okay, we're good. Carry on.
much for stopping in.
Carry on.
Anybody else? I said hi to Jordan.
Wait, Michael Jordan's on this call?
Okay, sit down.
Okay.
Sure. They wonder why we have anxiety when we've been growing up with that. Hey? Craziness. Everybody's saying happy birthday.
More like when I've been growing up with you.
Oh, yeah, which we are going to call very worky is what we're going to do. Okay, so tonight, here's what we're going to talk about.
Okay.
We're going to talk a little bit about anxiety because it's Sunday Night Live. Welcome. If you're new here, we're currently at my brother's house, which is the house that I grew up in, and Mom is here, and we're celebrating her 70th birthday. But it's Sunday Night Live, and we cannot skip a Sunday Night Live. And we talked about...
Goodbye.
No,
Goodbye.
okay, you don't have to stay.
See ya. I will play Monster Legends. Hashtag not sponsored.
Sit down.
Okay. Okay, Mommy.
Oh my gosh, I'm exhausted already. Okay, so here's what we're going to talk about tonight because this first day back, so many teachers, many students are back in school now. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Dr. Jody Carrington. This is my son, Asher. And he is, how old are you? 10. Just check and see if you knew. He's 10, and we're going to talk tonight a little bit about going back to school and anxiety because lots of people are asking me lately about going back to school and how they help their babies who are anxious and all of those things. So we wanted to tell our story a little bit because probably about a year ago.
Look at all the happy birthdays.
I know. Aren't they kind? I know. That's so nice. I know. I don't know how to make it. Ooh, yeah. Birthday.
I think, maybe it's right up here.
No.
Something. You see that?
You think? Yes! You're freaking brilliant, kid. How in the name of the Lord of Jesus? Okay. You're amazing. Okay.
I know.
So anxiety. So what we're going to talk a little bit about is anxiety. Okay. First of all. Now, listen. Here's what we want to say. Anxiety is normal. Everybody has it. Particularly in times of distress, people should be anxious. Right now, as kids go back to school, trying to make new friends, all of those things, anxiety is a thing. Okay, so don't. I think the number one thing I want to make sure is that we don't make something that's really normal a bigger problem than it is. Because when your kids are starting a new school, or they're struggling with friends, or they're trying to meet new people, anxiety is a thing. You should wonder if it's going to be okay. Sometimes it can interrupt your sleep. All of those things can become an issue. Now, what's happening for us is it started to push us around a lot. So Asher said we did a live together, I don't know, a year ago when we're right in the middle of doing some treatment.
I think it wasn't, I don't. Oh,
Maybe another year ago?
Wait, it was a year ago.
8 months, maybe?
No, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was before we went on the Disney cruise. Yeah, it was before we didn't. Yeah, so like.
No, it was
late
after.
I think it was late last year. Was it after?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll tell you why in a second. Okay.
All right.
So anyway, for that big deal, what we want to talk about is really what happened when anxiety started to push our family around. Because here's the thing with anxiety is it can really push a lot of people around because it makes you doubt things and it makes you believe things that necessarily aren't true but could be, right? It's a sneaky little muffin. And then it also really makes you think that you might be sick or something might be wrong with you. And so, hi, Ohio. And so we just really want to talk about how it showed up for us and then what we did about it. Right? So first step is that anxiety is a big thing. It's a thing in our family. Certainly I've experienced anxiety, particularly postpartum stuff. That was really bad. And then I would say I thought I knew everything about it because I'm a child psychologist. And so my babies were not going to struggle with the same things that I did. And then probably in last year, grade 4, things started to happen that I noticed, and we started to do a little bit of strategies trying to get things sorted out because I thought it was just completely normal. And then can you tell me or tell us a little bit about like when it got really bad? What were some of the moments that you knew that it was like really getting bad when the anxiety is really pushing you around, either at school or at home?
It was probably like at the moments where like I felt like I understand this, like when your body's growing, you feel different things. But when I felt like just weirder, I felt like I'm gonna die from COVID-19. I'm gonna die. Yep, I'm gonna die.
Well, this was even before COVID-19.
Hello, sick room.
Exactly. So then
sick room was like my lounge back then.
Yeah, right. So you would go and you would say to Miss Brandy, who was our school administrator at that point, you would say, I think I'm going to die. And she would say, okay, let's take up a little break. And we would, they would call me and say, Asher's in the sick room. So for the first couple of times, I really thought you were sick, and we would bring you home, and within 2 minutes, you were good. And so then I was thinking, okay, we got to do some more strategies around this. And then it's interesting because when we were on holidays last Christmas, I really noticed it bad. Can you remember some of the thoughts that anxiety put in your head?
Like it was something like, it was stuff like, this is real life, this isn't a thing I can just pass by, like stuff like that. Mommy, like I thought, like I just had bad feelings, and I thought like, and I kept saying to Mom every time she asked, like, it's the air, or
is there something in the air that's,
or I just drank the new water, I think.
Yep. You also sometimes feel like places would give you feelings, and you would feel overwhelmed.
And when you, and like, so when we had that little talk in like the bed, Mommy, like you said, like when you said how some people described anxiety, like I knew, like I felt like that is the exact way I feel, Mother.
Yeah. So, okay, can you remember what I said? Like, how did we describe it when I said this is what anxiety feels like?
Your tummy is getting pressured. Sometimes, like, you're very, like, kind of small, I think.
Yeah.
Small.
And we talked a little bit about, like, sometimes your fingers tingled. Sometimes your heart would race. Sometimes you'd feel a little hot in your forehead. Sometimes you feel a little, like...
And sometimes it would, like... And sometimes, like... And sometimes I just had a little bit of anxiety. But then I heard my heart racing, and I'm like, wait, maybe that's a problem. And that made my heart race just more and more and more.
Yeah, and we talked about that. Like, so that's what's so sneaky about anxiety is it starts to kick you around, and then you start to really focus internally on all your symptoms. And you're like, holy mother, right? And so you couldn't focus at school, and then you'd come to the office, and then you'd come home and you'd be fine.
You know what's super embarrassing once for me?
What?
So one day, so like, I had I had this one time. So one time I had an EA in music, okay, and then at the and then I like did the like was anxiety and stuff, and then next week on the exact same day with the exact same teacher, exact same thing happened.
Oh my Lord.
And I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah, and so we started to think, or I started to think that they sounded a little bit more like panic attacks. That became sort of an issue. So part of what I know is that you got to push through them, because if you let anxiety push you around, then it wins. And so we started to talk about it as something external that we needed to fight as a family. Because when we make it somebody's problem, then, which I did a lot with you, I'd be like, you're fine, suck it up. Come on, you know this is ridiculous. We tried that for a lot too, right? Like these worries are like, you are not going to die. You are healthy.
I was going to die for how many times Dad and Mom letted me, but
I know we lectured you a lot. And then we would start to get a little bit worried, because what I noticed is even then when we were on holidays, you said some things to me like, is there a physician on this boat? Remember, on this boat, you said, is there a doctor here, because I think I'm going to die. And you started really missing out on some things that should have been fun. So very, very Hironda Beck 79. There was some.
Hironda Beck 79?
Well, she just wanted me to say her name, so we said it just so
Oh,
she
you
would
just
have a
said-
good name.
You just said, that's all. Give me a shout out. Okay.
Yeah, so that's good.
Oh, you know YouTuber slang now, I guess you do.
Yeah, I know, I'm pretty much a YouTuber. Anyway,
You do have your own YouTube channel, but it has like only 850 subscribers. Goodbye.
oh, okay. Anyway, stop. Okay, wait. So then, that was the part of the concern for me, is that it was really interfering with your functioning. So we getting to play hockey was a big deal.
Yeah.
You were super nervous to go play hockey.
Yeah. Like my shoulder pads, when they felt like just the slightest bit done, like I put them on, I go on the ice and like, and then I just get like poked, and it's like,
They're not right.
Daddy, I'm dying.
Yeah, they're not right. They're not right. So that became an issue. And so then what we did is we did a consult with our physician, who we love, and
Dr.
they've
Gerber.
seen Dr. Gerba, who we love, Dr. Gerba.
Oh, that's it.
Thank you. And what did she ask you about? What did that appointment go like?
It felt like, so you told her about my anxiety and stuff, about how I felt and stuff, and I told her all of the stuff I felt, and yeah.
And she was so good, because, you know, there was a screen for ADHD. There was really this idea, like, are we missing something? Is this something that we can kind of push through? And so we talked about some of the things we did to try to kind of get it. And it was just kind of getting bigger and bigger, right? So then you weren't sleeping, and, you know, even at
I had to
9.
take melatonins and stuff.
Yeah, we were trying all the things.
Melatonin.
And then we said you had a conversation with Dr. Gerber about medicine for anxiety that slows down some serotonin in your brain.
Yeah.
So what was that like? Because you didn't want that to start with, and then you had lots of questions for her.
Yeah, in my first live mummy, I was like, what if this thing makes me... Sorry, this might be like a spoiler for you guys, but what if this makes me not think that... What if this makes me think that Toronto Maple Leafs are an actual good hockey team?
Oh my gosh, yes.
There's a touch-up.
Okay. What I think is interesting about that, though, is that you were concerned
I
that
copyrighted myself just there.
oh my God. You thought that the medicine was going to be poison. And so we talked a lot about how that becomes really important, right? To be like, oh my gosh, because there's this experience, and I can tell you, you know, with experiencing anxiety as well, that you kind of know realistically that this is kind of out in left field, but it's still keeping you up at night. It's still kicking your bum. It's still really making you think about some things, right? And I think that is, I think that's something that so many kids experience, so many people experience, and I think sometimes we don't really.
And most of the time, I think I'm the only one.
Yeah, right. And I think that's why we wanted to do the first live, and then now 8 months later, why we wanted to do this, because there might be kids who feel the same way. And so I guess, could you talk a little bit about, you know, for two things, you know, what helped you? What were some strategies? Because now I would say you're doing better than ever. We started in a new school. We're in the middle of COVID, and you went back. You surprised me at how well you went back, right? There was a couple little worries, but like you went.
Yeah. So I even stopped doing the post now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So like I think what really helped me is all the strategies my teachers gave me. Like they were like small parts, but they really helped. Like, so what was it?
Remember calm?
Calm. So you'd have to, so you'd have to like, okay, calm. You'd have to spell it once, and then camel.
Think of an animal that
Yeah.
started with every letter in the word calm. And he was petting the dogs who were having a little bit of an allergy issue tonight. But anyway, calm was one of the strategies that I think Miss Marty even taught you, where you think of the word calm and you say calm again and again in your head, and you spell it out and you pick an animal that starts with C, an animal that starts with A, an animal that starts with L, and an animal that starts with M, and you go through calm again and again and again.
Yeah. So
And-
most of the time I do like camel,
What's in there?
antelope, llama, and mommy.
And here's what's really interesting about that, right? Is that when you get kids or you and me to start to think about something that's a bit distracting in the moment, right? Not to serve as a purpose because you have to hang on to the anxiety, but it really pulls the prefrontal cortex back in because you have to think about something.
Sometimes I'd be like, I'd feel really bad, but I'd already done it that week, and I'd be like, and I'd just stare at the clock,
Mm-hmm.
just
But-
slowly ticking down until I finally got what I deserved.
What are you talking about? When you went home?
Yeah, when I went home. When I left
But what I think that calm was a really good thing. Now, what were some of the other strategies that Dr. Gerber talked to you about? 5 things?
Yeah, 5 things.
You could see, smell, hear,
Yeah,
and taste.
oh, yeah, right.
So that was another strategy, and both of them works in the same way, which is really this idea of getting your prefrontal cortex back on,
And
so
I
you
think
stop.
And I think the power of drugs really helped.
No, but listen, but we talked about this, right? Because you're on a really small dose of medication, but sometimes even when you have all the strategies in the world, here's why medication becomes important, right? If you're doing it in conjunction with those strategies. Because it slows it down, but it still really kicks you in the butt. So you saw Miss Brenda every couple of weeks, and you practiced your strategy, and you did all those things. But I think sometimes I know she's amazing, and sometimes the serotonin gets a bit too big, and we slowed it down just a little bit to allow you to do all those things. So don't
Wait.
slow,
I'm
please.
just gonna write
No,
Can I
you're
write
not.
something?
No. Whose show is this?
Can I write something? Just
No,
one thing, Mommy.
Ash. No. Okay. So then but because we're gonna go right away, but I wanted to tell you something. What was it like going back to school, and where was the anxiety at the beginning of the new school year?
It was kind of hard because what really sucked is so with all the hand sanitizer and masks and stuff, that was all new to me. But it was also a new school.
Yeah.
Right, and I didn't have any groups, and all my friends that I already knew were in French immersion and JJ or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, and so there was not any really familiar faces, and there was lots
even
of.
those kids had kind of their groups already from OES.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it became sort of a thing that was kind of kicking you around the first couple of nights. Yeah. What I was really impressed about a little bit, though, and the two different things for me was that.
I'm sorry, the chair was just.
Are you just bebopping around here a little bit, or what's happening? Okay.
Bitty boy,
Oh my gosh.
Parenthood. Bibbidi bobbidi.
Hashtag blessed. Hashtag blessed. Anyway, so I think what are some tips that you, okay, 2 things. What are some tips you'd give to teachers to help kids who are struggling with anxiety? What do they need to know?
Okay. For kids, I'd probably say do the strategies, and
Common 5 things.
yeah, and if you get out of school often and go to the sick room and stuff, that's okay. Right?
Totally okay. Yeah. It's totally okay to take a break and get it back on track, and then to know that there's nothing wrong with
There's
you.
nothing wrong.
The
Yeah.
anxiety's pushing you around.
Just to do it, don't be scared of it and oh, this second time this month. Come on, Jan. Come on, Danny. Stop anxiety.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
I think that's important, right? That you do actually talk about it because
Yeah,
I think
and,
a lot of kids suffer with it and they don't
and
tell
just-
anybody.
And just like embrace it, like, come on, boy. Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Come on, boy.
Yeah, and that's a lot what we talked about, right? If anxiety was going to come, let it come because it's not too tough for our family, and I think that's one of the really things. So it really just
Yeah.
telling teachers to just
Yeah.
kind of talk to their kids a little bit more. What would you? Oh no, that's what you said to students to do is just embrace it. What else
Same
helped
with
you?
teachers.
Same with teachers.
For teachers, I'd probably say like if you're like a laid back teacher and stuff like that, and if you're not, just deal with it.
Okay, no, but
But still,
be serious.
seriously, like if you're a teacher, like don't worry about like students, right? Because that's just carrying on like the anxiety disease, like corona. Like just like be like, okay, this kid's like got anxiety, or he's got a broken bone, or he's got autism, or something like that. I just say like, okay, this guy has autism. New kid, I guess.
Yep.
Just a new one to teach, I guess. And if I studied all this way, might as well just think of him as kind of like not really a challenge, but kind of like a new pet. Like he's gonna be responsible. Like he or she is gonna be responsibility.
Yeah.
But you also know that you're gonna love them no matter what.
You're right.
Unless they're bullied. That's just
No, but even then, I think that what you have is a point, right? Is every student comes in with something different, and the ones who are maybe the hardest to love need it the most.
Yeah.
The ones who struggle the most get it. And again, right?
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. Everybody has their thing. Yeah, I love that.
And the other thing I'd say for teachers is get your kids weekly pizza parties. Well,
Weekly pizza parties. Okay. All right. We don't have a budget for anything currently. So anyway, I think that's great. Accept them for who they are because even anxiety will, the quickest way to sort of stop anxiety from pushing you around is to really just name it. Be like, okay, it's back today. What are we going to do about it? Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you for that. That was really helpful. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
do I get paid?
No. This is called service to the greater community. Okay, thank you for coming. I'm very proud of you.
Yeah.
It's really
you
awesome.
You asked me.
I know, but you said yes, and I told you that you didn't have to say yes, and you did. So I'm very proud of you. The other thing that's exciting in other news is that I get to go on. We start daily live 7:15 on Tuesday. So 7:15 Mountain Time, we will be back every day, Monday to Friday, and we'll still keep our Sunday nights because I think that this month we're going to need a little bit of extra love. Okay, educators, we got you. Babies, we got you. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Well, I hope you do, because like seriously, it needs to be quite old.
Oh my God. Okay.
You want your milk?
Can you say good night, everybody? We got to go celebrate your Baba. Good night, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Have a fantastic week, and I'll see you Tuesday morning at 7:15 if you can join us. What?
When are you gonna be done your new book?
Wow. I don't know that you should. This is my show.
Oh, sorry.
I don't know that you should be asking questions
Mm.
like that. My new book. Thank you, Mrs. Max Kinders. Maybe she made you ask this. I know, but you probably put her up to it. Probably by the end of next month. That's my plan. And look at Margaret MacArthur's in Scotland.
Wait.
Amazing. Don't. What is that supposed to be a Scottish dance?
Maybe.
I feel like that's more Ukrainian.
Really?
Yeah.
Ukrainian shout out!
Ukrainian shout out. Okay. Anyway, high quality tonight, folks. You're welcome. All right. Have a great weekend, everybody. Happy long weekend. We'll see you Tuesday morning if you can join us.
Random shout out to Dion.
Where are you looking at?
Itchy Horn?
Dion Eichhorn, I think.
Oh.
Awesome job. And Chris Landry is an amazing teacher, and he said
Neon
great
Unicorn.
job. No, nice and kind.
I'm sorry.
Not quite Highland dancing. Yeah. Enjoy the celebration.
Jane
Thank
Zimmer.
you, Lynn. Jane Zimmer's amazing.
Who?
Yeah. Yes, Ukrainian. See, they liked it. Okay. See you, everybody. Good night.